It's been over 2 weeks since the untimely passing of Jackie O after she allegedly had a mommy makeover just a few hours prior. And aside from the many unanswered questions regarding what happened to her, there's one thing that seems absolutely ridiculous to me. Why does it seem like everyone is trying to gaslight us about her relationship with DC Young Fly? From the moment it was reported that she passed away on May 31st, 2023, celebrities and fans alike have referred to Jackie O as DC's fiance or his wife, when in reality, she carried neither of those titles. Even when DC spoke out on his Instagram after her passing, the only titles he used to refer to Jackie were maternal in nature, calling her the greatest mother he knew and the queen of his children who would always have a spot in his heart. Which started some people wondering about the actual status of their relationship at the time of her passing, and it added further fuel to those questioning the senselessness of the loss of a beautiful 32-year-old woman and mother of 3 children ranging in ages from 6 to less than 12 months old. When they started posting questions as to why she felt the need for an unnecessary or elective cosmetic procedure that possibly led to her passing hours later, only for others to try to silence them by referring to how much DC loved Jackie, it highlighted the danger of falling prey to the so-called love that is showcased in the entertainment industry and on social media these days. Because when you look at the story of Jackie O and DC Young Fly, in my opinion, you see a woman who chased a man to her death. Regardless of whether you believe the theories of Hollywood rituals and sacrifices, Jackie O's and DC's various social media posts tell the story of what really happened. Jacqueline Smith, aka Miss Jackie O, met DC Young Fly in February 2015 when she was 24 years old and going into her second year as a Wild 'N Out girl on Nick Cannon's hugely popular improv show. 22-year-old DC Young Fly was just starting his first year as a recurring cast member on the show and was still on probation from facing 11 charges that could have landed him in prison after being almost taken out from multiple stab wounds in a 2010 street brawl that he says was started by others. Jackie O admitted in previous interviews that she noticed DC first and thought he was cute and liked his swag. The romantic interest was not immediately reciprocated by DC, as she felt that after displaying her interest, he was standoffish, antisocial, and mean. But it seemed like persistence was the name of the game for Jackie, because according to several interviews, she pursued him, and 1 to 2 weeks after filming ended for season 7 of Wild 'N Out, Jackie O left California and followed DC to Atlanta, Georgia, after only having known him for about 3 weeks at this point.
Now, you've been with Miss Jackie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Miss Jackie O. How long have you guys been together for?
Forever.
Met on the set of Wild 'N Out, right?
Yeah, met on Wild 'N Out, 2015. So good, bitch, wanna leave me alone. Nah, real talk, to be honest, I ain't even like her ass like that.
Wow.
She wanted me. For everybody out there. I was like, man,
Did she
motherfucker,
want
get
the
on my
baby
nerves.
with you too?
Nah, that came a year later. That came a year later. Yeah, cause I really was like, she used to text me and shit all the time. Where you at? I'm like, man, why? You know what I'm saying? But nah, man, she pretty cool though, man. She laid down. She laid her, you know what I'm saying?
They began dating around March 2015, And after occasionally staying with DC in various motels and family members' homes, by early 2016, Jacky O greeted DC with the news that he was going to be a father by the end of the year. According to an interview with DJ Small Eyes in 2017, Jacky O felt this was the perfect time for a child.
Was that the right time for you to have a child?
Yeah. I think it was the perfect time.
Really?
You know? Yeah, I think it was. I was kind of like just lost a little bit. Like, okay, I'm going to an audition. I'm not booking this. Or, just I was in LA. I was probably going to parties and stuff like that. And, I just felt like it was perfect timing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even with your modeling career and stuff like, because I know weight and your body, and that's huge to a model.
Yeah. Not to me. I was excited. I felt so blessed to be able to have a baby. I didn't think about how my body was going to change or putting anything on hold. I was prepared for another chapter of my life. So it came at the perfect timing.
On the other hand, DC wasn't quite ready, because during an April Fool's video in 2019, Jacky O pranked DC by saying she was pregnant with their second child. And she said his reaction was the exact same as when she told him she was pregnant with their first child.
Why am I pregnant?
You are?
Yes.
Oh, man. Ugh. I ain't got time for another one right now.
We don't have time for another one right now. Wow.
What?
What type of response is that?
I'm just saying, it's a lot going on right now, mama.
Oh, so what do you think I'm about to do?
Oh, you trip.
I'm tripping.
You just gotta be respectful on both sides.
I have to be Oh, all right, John.
Hey, mama.
Really? I tell you I'm pregnant? We can't have another one right now?
I'm taking it day by day, mama. What are you talking about? There's too much going on right now. Hold up. Yeah.
So what do you think I'm supposed to do? You talking about, we can't do this. Like, what do you, I don't understand.
I can't do one more right now. Not right now. Not right now.
All right.
Not right now. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, make it right.
All right, that's what's up.
What? Don't take it personal.
Don't take it personal. What are you talking about, John?
Oh, my God.
I'm pregnant. All right, love you.
I love you.
That was his exact reaction when I said I was pregnant with Nova.
For real?
That was his exact reaction.
So their first child was born in October of 2016, and DC Young Fly was still on his grind, and between filming Wild 'N Out, doing comedy shows, music, and other projects, was constantly in and out of Atlanta. He was making money and paying for their household, while Jacky was taking care of the home front. She was still filming Wild 'N Out and creating content for her YouTube channel that she started in July of 2016. And DC was instrumental in setting up the YouTube channel for her. He got her the equipment she needed. He taught her the tech skills to have a successful channel, because initially he gained his fame and notoriety when he was doing Vines. That was before he got on Wild 'N Out. He was doing these Vines where he would call out a celebrity and roast them and then tell them to get out of there. Basically, that's how he made a name for himself in the comedy world. Now, although he was often away from home, DC made a few appearances on Jacky O's YouTube channel, which kind of let you see a little bit of their relationship dynamic. And while those videos were sometimes peppered with I love yous and kisses, they also showed a few times when DC's joking may have gone too far. And those are the the little points that could have set the stage for the thoughts that had Jackie O embracing surgery for something that she had previously wanted to do naturally. Because there was another clip that has resurfaced from 2017. Again, I think that was on DJ Small Eyes show, where she said that she's looking at all these young women out here who she's basically in competition with, who just get flat abs and toned bodies instantly. And here she is trying to do it naturally. So she wanted to do it naturally initially. But like I said, DC's joking sometimes may have gone too far. Because one clip on her YouTube channel, January 2018, they did a Q&A video. And one of the first questions was about their intimate life after the first baby was born. Now, Jackie O stated that although they waited the 6 weeks that you're normally supposed to wait, she was nervous because after having a natural birth, she was concerned whether the experience would feel the same or if her lady parts had expanded. Now, she said afterwards she thought that she was more snug than before. Now, when she said this, you could see DC sitting right next to her, but he was leaned back, so kind of behind her. She couldn't see him without turning her head to look at him. So she said that, she felt that she was snugger than before, so there was really nothing to worry about. But DC was sitting in the back, making faces in the camera, indicating the exact opposite. And when Jackie turned around and was looking at him like, wait, what are you trying to say? Elaborate. He ended up comparing her lady parts down there to being like a house that had an extra room added on. He made jokes about it being like a pickle in the hallway. So we all know that most jokes have some factual basis for the comedian. The comedian is taking it from some point in their life, some stage in their life where they felt a certain way. And it's possible that this could have been something that stuck in Jackie's mind and led to her wanting a mommy makeover after delivering 3 kids naturally. And, in that same video, they were asked about getting married. And Jackie immediately looked to DC for the answer. Now, a lot of people, when people were making comments on social media saying, you saying that he didn't marry her, that means he didn't love her after 3 kids. What if she didn't want to get married? Well, this shows you she wanted to get married. Because if someone asks you, hey, are you getting married? If it's your decision not to, you immediately go in for that answer. You would be like, nope, this is not what they want. But the fact that Jackie, she didn't answer immediately. She looked to DC, maybe hoping that he was going to say something different than what he had possibly said in the past. So they asked about getting married. Jackie turns to DC to see what he has to say about that, which basically lets you know that she wanted to get married. DC, on the other hand, acts like he didn't hear the question. He then proceeds to pretend to answer the phone, steps away from the camera like he had to take a personal phone call, and then turns off the lights. So Jackie O is sitting in the dark now, basically looking like, you don't really have to take it that far. So she's like, hey, wait a minute, turn the lights on. I'm still here. This is still a question. So DC, he turned the lights back on, but he didn't come back to the couch. So Jackie O then tried to play off by answering that she liked their relationship just as it was. She said they were perfectly fine the way they were. And when she gave her answer, basically, giving DC the ability to come back. So he comes back, sits back on the couch, and then he tries to roast the people who asked the question about marriage by calling them children. Basically, he's trying to say that the only people concerned about getting married are kids, like adults. This is something adults concern themselves with. And we all know that's not the case. That we all know that that is not the case. He then went on to say that in Africa, he could get married 9 times. So that lets you know he's not opposed to marriage. He's just opposed to marriage to Jacky. So Jacky looked at him and told him to go to Africa then and get married 9 times. And so DC was like, he would be, and he would be getting married 15 times because it takes a village. So again, that lets you know exactly what he kind of thought about her. It doesn't matter that he was giving her all these kids, that he was, doing what it took for her to be able to have babies. He basically showed what he thought about her by his actions. Now, shortly after this video, Jacky had her first consultation for breast implants in March of 2018. So 2 months later, she's in the doctor's office talking about getting breast implants. And she went on to have her first surgery on April 23rd, 2018. So she had that surgery in DC. He wasn't there for that surgery. But he did come to the hotel the next day to take her home. And during, while they were folding clothes, packing, Jacky pointedly asked DC what he thought of her pre-surgery body. And she had a certain look on her face, which kind of made me think they had had similar conversations in the past. Now, DC said her pre-surgery chest resembled the shape of middle school pizza with the triangle shape and possible droopiness, because he then said they're perky now. And when Jacky asked whether or not he liked them before the surgery, he again went on to pretend that he didn't hear the question. So a few minutes later, he ended up telling Jacky that he didn't care either way about her having the surgery because it was her body. They weren't his. But that her other lady parts down there were his. Which again, kind of makes you think that this was the reason she opted for a mommy makeover that possibly included a tightening of her lady parts down there. And another interesting thing was that when she was doing a Q&A about her surgery in 2018, she said that she chose the silicone implants over saline because she wanted to opt for the way they would feel naturally over safety. And it makes you think, here's another reason. Is this another reason why she did this mommy makeover? Allegedly, she was still thinking about how her body would feel to someone else over her actual safety. So anyway, back to that clip where he was talking about how he didn't really care either way about the surgery. He also let us know that he didn't pay for the surgery by saying he didn't want to touch them and bust them and have to pay for them after that. So that kind of sounded similar to his Instagram post after her passing, where he hinted at him not making her get the surgery when he said, "You know how our last convo went," and then there was like a sad face emoji, and he said, "I prayed for you and now we are here, but it's okay." Now to me, it seems like Jacky O started chasing this man in 2015. And regardless of the fact that she had his 3 children, was able to pay for her own surgeries, lavish vehicles and trips with her YouTube checks, and money from her makeup line J Nova collection, and that by 2023 she was able to afford her own $1 million dream house in her name only, she was still chasing this man who, although he spoke of loving her, also made hurtful and mean jokes about her, refused to marry her, and upon her passing, only leaves room so she could have a spot in his heart as the queen of his children. And basically, during her eulogy, he used that time to emphasize what a God-fearing and faith-filled man he is, and how if we see him looking okay and smiling and moving on, it's only because God is giving him strength, just like he gave him the strength to have 3 children. What do y'all think about that? I know y'all heard about the joke that he made, and we always, oh, that's how comedians deal with pain. They make a joke out of it, how, you know, she had 3 kids for him, he wanted 7 more, and he did the little gesture that he did. But then he's basically telling us in this eulogy, you're gonna see me looking okay and smiling and being happy and all that, but that's because God is giving me strength. Which, yes, God does give us strength to get through things in our life, but that doesn't mean that we have to overlook what our spirits, what our instinct is telling us, just because someone mentioned God, and just because someone says that, oh, hey, I pray and I do this. The Bible even tells us that they're going to be wolves in sheep's clothing, and there are going to be people who said, I did this in your name, Lord, and I did this in your name, Lord. But we know the Holy Spirit tells us, our instincts are telling us that something's interesting about this. And it doesn't even matter about the whole Hollywood part of it. It's just the fact that we all know what love really looks like. And the idea that this is what some people think love is seems horrifying. Just like the idea that a man who has been publicly living almost the exact opposite of biblical principles is now being put on show as the epitome for faith, prayer, and being God-fearing. The Bible tells and shows us exactly what love is and what being God-fearing looks like. And regardless of all the gaslighting the world system will try, I'm going to believe the word of God over anything that is put in front of me that's not lining up with what the word of God says. So y'all, let me know in the comments what you think about this. Is it concerning to anyone else that this is what people are saying? Oh, well, this is love, when almost every action, every word is saying, nope, it's not giving that. But then just because someone sprinkles God on top, we just supposed to, oh, okay, he's God-fearing. Yeah, he said it. And I saw him kneeling on his knees, and I see him praying sometimes. So, oh, yeah, it don't matter what he did. It doesn't matter what his other actions are showing. You know, he put God on it, so it's okay now. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching.